Hello, Mr. Demank Ahmad. How you doing, brother?
Alhamdulillah, very good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. I've been watching your videos for quite a while now, and I really like the stuff that you do. Definitely some high level silats, all the pressure testing, all the knife work that you're doing is really good stuff, man. I'm really enjoying it, man. So, how, well, it's late with you. It's 9 o'clock where you are, yes?
Yes, yeah, 9 o'clock here.
Wow, yeah, you on the other side of the world, brother. Like, I mean, it's 2 o'clock where I am. It's still the day. It's
Yeah.
the sun is high.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, like a short intro of who you are, what you do, and yeah?
Yeah. I'm from the Kandangan area. This is the part of deep area in the South Borneo or South Kalimantan, Indonesia. That's where
Indonesia.
I'm come from.
Okay.
Uh, and then now I'm focusing sharing our silat knowledge is already 14 years with pukulan patikaman silat kunto Borneo Indonesia. Yeah. Before that, of course, I'm working, I'm trading, I'm coal mining. Uh,
Mining, coal
what
mining,
what
huh?
what?
Okay. Huh. Interesting. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So you live all your life in Indonesia, yeah? You never go abroad? Did you all your life in Indonesia?
yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah?
I'm live moving to many area, but still in Indonesia. Yeah,
Okay. Ah, all right. Is it big country, Indonesia? Is it big or
of course. Many inilah we big country,
yeah?
many city. And
Mm-hmm.
the Borneo, Kalimantan, I think if I'm not wrong, is the number three largest island in the world.
Okay. Ah,
Yeah,
nice. Nice. So you got a lot of nature, a lot of forest, yeah?
yeah, yeah,
Ah, that's good, man. I like forest, nature, This is good. Good for the soul, man.
yeah.
Nice, nice. So, of course, what we're gonna do is we're gonna speak about Silat. I'm gonna ask you some questions because I know that it's definitely your subject. Um, so, did you started with Silat, or did you do other martial arts? Did you do other form of martial arts before Silat, or did you just Silat?
I just do silat Kalimantan or Borneo, but when
Mhm.
I'm maybe three elementary school or four elementary school, I have trying karate, but just 2 weeks.
Karate.
After that, I'm out from there. Yeah,
Okay. What do you know? What style? What style of karate?
I don't know. I don't remember anymore. That's very no, young lah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
This is part of
Yeah.
the school program. You know that
All
in the
right.
school, like karate, and then so I choosing it, but they asking me I'm the white belt and they asking me to spar with the woman, the girls with the yellow belt. After
Yeah.
that, I cannot hit woman or something like that. So I'm after that I'm go.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I tried karate as well when I was quite young. It was one of my first martial arts, karate. Different styles. Some styles are more soft. Some styles of karate are very hardcore, like Kyokushin. Kyokushin style of karate is very very hard. A lot of punches, kicks, sparrings. It's quite brutal. I actually liked Kyokushin Kai quite a lot. It was my favorite style. Um, so I'm just going through the questions. So what is silat? How would you explain what silat is? What is the difference between silat and the other martial arts? How would you how would you differentiate Silat from the other forms of martial arts?
Of course, that's difficult because Silat have many style.
Yeah.
Sometimes one style is not representing another style.
Okay.
So I just trying to explain what the Kalimantan or Borneo Silat, which I know. So
Mm-hmm.
this is not presenting the old style of Silat. Uh, I think one of the very unique in Silat than under the martial art is the way they're doing langkah or footwork. I think
Footlocks.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
footwork, langkah, we call this langkah. I think
Yeah.
that's make our Silat a little bit unique than, especially the outside martial art of Borneo. I think the
Okay.
langkah.
So
Mhm.
I see, yeah, I see the groundwork in Silat is very particular and very recognizable. The way that you move with your feet from from like a seated position to kneeled to standing back to kneeled back to seated in this circle motion. I like this. This is very Silat. You recognize this is Silat. Yeah, yeah. You guys are very comfortable moving from the ground to the standing position to ground. It's quite natural for you guys. I like that. That's good stuff. So, um, I know we spoke about the styles, but you said there is many styles in Silats. Do you know? Can you tell me a bit about this? Can you tell us a bit about this? How many styles roughly, or is that even possible to?
In Borneo, mostly in the south, in the central, in east, and in the north, they have a different style. But there is we call this induk silat, like
Mm-hmm,
the major style, which is very popular in every province.
mm-hmm,
If in south and then central, mostly the most famous and big style or many practitioner it is Kuntau Jagau, Silat Kuntau Jagau, and Sikap or Pukulan Dato Abdul Karim, Bangkoi. There's many common silat in the south and the central Borneo. And
okay,
sendeng too, sendeng 7, sendeng 12. That's a very common. In east too, there is Kuntau Pasir, Kuntau Bulung. So many. In
many,
the
yeah.
outside of Borneo, of course, people already may recognize it, like Minangkabau Silat. In the Java, they knowing the Mande, Cikalong, and others. Uh, but in Borneo, mostly for my area, most the famous thing is Kuntau Jagau, Pukulan, Bangkoi, and Sendek. That's the most common silat style in here. Mhm.
Okay, okay. Oh, that is quite a lot. So, what about, when I was growing up as a kid, well, I spent a bit of time growing up in France, then I moved off to Eastern Europe. But in France, we had a few Silat teachers, and the style that we hear a lot about in France is the Pencak Silat. Is that Indonesian as well?
Yeah, the word of pencak is general too actually. Pencak
Okay,
and silat is very general to naming Indonesian martial art, but mostly the word of pencak they use it in the Java area.
okay,
Uh, Outside the Java, mostly we using the word is silat or kuntao.
okay.
Uh,
Ah.
yeah.
So, um, also, in the West, there are a few movies I spoke to you about them that have actually popularized Silat more and more. Now people are talking more and more about Silat after watching the movie The Raid and The
Yeah.
Raid 2, which is like a really brilliant display of Silat in there as well, man.
Yeah.
Is it popular as well in Indonesia? The movie Raid 2.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that movie is very popular, and even in the Silat community, because the someone to playing that movie actually very recognizable in the Silat world in Indonesia, like Kang Cecet, Kang Yayan, or Iko. They recognize in the
Iko
Silat community
Iko
in Indonesia.
was, yeah.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Yeah. good fighter.
Yeah.
So, so what is the philosophy? You know, talking a bit about the philosophy of Silat. Obviously every martial art has got a deep philosophy attached to it. How would you be able to describe the philosophy of Silat?
Okay, I think we must upon understanding first about the silat word lah. So silat words mean is there is many the root of the word
Hmm.
is there is some word for describing that. One of that is silat is if in Indonesia translate to English lah.
Mm.
Silat mean the apa the weapon, the protection weapon, like a weapon you use
Okay,
to protect yourself. That the meaning of the silat. In
Silat.
Arabic, they use the letter of sin, lam, and ta. That's silat. That's meaning the weapon you use to protect yourself.
Okay,
But in another word, the root word of silat is sila with the sod, this different letter.
hmm,
So the meaning is connection and continuity.
connection and
Connection and
continuity.
continuity. So you can sing by this meaning of these two words. First, silat in the technical part, technical aspect. Silat using the weapon or how learning how to depending the weapon because the silat is the weapon you use to protect yourself,
Yeah.
like ability of self-defense. And then the second word, silat is connection and continuity. So that's why you can sing in the silat technical after contact, the first contact, there is continuity movement, looks like a never ending motion.
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay.
but in the more philosophy, that means silat is the way you connected each other. That's why we call that silaturahim. Silaturahim is meet each other, sharing the goodness. So
Oh,
yeah, that's the one of the philosophy aspect. So silat mean is connect and continuity. Heritaging, roots, lineage is this part of the silat tradition. Ah,
okay.
that's why the student and the teacher becomes like a family to
Mhm,
continuity the value, the wisdom, the knowledge, the
mhm.
heritage from this generation to generation. That's the traditional silat was about.
Nice, nice. So it's basically passing on the knowledge like through the generation so that it stays alive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
that's good. That's good. So, can you tell us a little bit about how Silat was created and who created Silat?
Like I say, the silat is very many lah.
Is
See,
many people created or just one person?
no, of course, in every area they have their own silat. Like I
Okay.
said before, some style is very different with another style. So that's make the history of that style is different from the one and
Yeah.
others. Ah, if us in Borneo, uh, we have many too. So we must choose one for the example, like the pukulan style maybe in
Hmm.
here, like a pukulan Datu Abdul Karim. So the founder is Datu Abdul Karim. He one of the silat, very good silat practitioner. They're learning him from his family, but in the maybe in the late or in the early 1800 something, he meeting another one pendekar. So he learning from him and created a new system, which now in Pukulan Patikaman we learning it. One of the
Hmm.
modules we teach and we running. So uh, so that Abdul Karim combined it from the his family silat with another knowledge lah, with learning again with another pandekar, and that's how the pukulan style in here created. There is some more old too, like a Kuntao Jagao. This is more old.
Mm,
And Kuntao Jagao is born in Banua Lima area in South Borneo. That have very many long history.
mm,
One of the history of that is in Indonesia. One of the oldest kingdom in Indonesia is Nansarunai. So Nansarunai, if I'm not wrong, exists in 240 BC, if I'm not
okay.
wrong. Yeah. This but is not big kingdom, very local, not
Mm-hmm.
expand in the South Borneo area. And then in the years of 1350 something, which in the Java already exists Majapahit Kingdom. This is very famous, which
Mm-hmm.
expand to many area in Southeast Asia, even until to Philippines, Thai, and something like that. Uh, so Majapahit have a invention Nansarunai in the years of 1300 something.
Yeah.
And in Nansarunai, of course, there's warrior. One of top warrior in there is the five brothers in there. We call this Datu Banua Lima. Uh, so Datu Banua Lima fighting the Majapahit army and winning the war.
Oh.
Uh, so short story, and then they living in the some area. Now the area of the Datu Banua Lima, the place of the Silat Kuntau Jago was born.
Ah.
So yeah, that's the Kuntao Jago style probably come from the Datu Benua Lima. This is very old style.
Oh, okay. It's good, man. I like prestigious old stuff, that stays alive. So would you say when you say so you go like, all these styles in Penchak Silat, so I guess I mean Silat, you have maybe styles that are more like impact based, more punching and kicking. Maybe some styles are more about grappling and wrestling. Some styles are more about throwing, and then maybe some styles are more about weapons, the use of weapons, yes?
Yeah,
Okay. So is the silat that you teach is a mixture of all this? So you do
yeah,
weaponry as
yeah.
well, I've seen.
Sorry.
So I see you train with weapons as well. So your silat is basically a mix of all these things where you have like punching and kicking and throwing. And do you do like wrestling as well? Is it part of silat as well, like groundwork wrestling?
Yeah, in Pukulan Patikaman mostly Pukulan Patikaman tuh from the four major style influence our move, our teach, and our train. First is Kuntau Jagau. This is more dominant with the langkah and sambut. We call it sambut, more catching and throwing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pukulan Dato Abdul Karim, that style is more focusing with the pukulan striking method.
Striking,
Lah.
yeah.
And then we have the bangkoi style. This is more grounding.
Mm-hmm.
Lah. But if you say wrestling, it's not too like that too. But more lower hosted,
Yeah, yeah.
more play in the low. And then we have sendeng too. Sendeng is more simple method of pukulan. That's
Okay.
how what style we train and teach.
Okay. So I've heard about a master. I think it was Master Turpin.
I-
I'm not sure if he's. I think he's from Silat Indonesian Silat master. The Master Turpin. One sec. I tell you what, brother. I'm online right now, so I'm gonna look it up for you, and I will tell you. So I think it's Master Turpin. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Let's have a look. Uh, 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 uh. So I might be wrong. One sec. Yes, this is this guy I'm thinking of. Okay, Turpinjin. Hardo Jono. Oh,
Uh,
it's
I think
difficult.
he from the Java, maybe by his
Maybe.
name.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
Pencak Salat. Harjono
Harjono.
Turpijni. Yeah, Turpijni. It's difficult to read, man. I'll send one sec. I'll send you his name. One sec. If I can find it here. Where is it? To uh one sec. It's difficult to right there. Okay, boom. I'll send it to you in the text section. One sec. Oh, oh. Look in the chat. Look in the chat here. I just sent it to you here. I don't know. Are you looking on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, I sent it to you on here. Okay, let me send it to you on Facebook. One sec, one sec. One sec, brother. Give me a second for these things to load. Okay, so there you are. Okay, I sent it to you on Facebook now. Let me know if you received it, man. I sent you his name. Can you see?
Okay. Harjono Turpijin.
Yeah.
Uh,
You do you know? No?
maybe he from Java. So I'm
Okay.
from Borneo. He's very far.
Ah, this is the other place. Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. Uh, so do a little bit more personal question now about the silat, your practice. Do you use visualization when you train? You know
What the meaning?
visualization?
Visualization?
Yes, when you close your eyes and you try to see with this eye, your technique, your skill set. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
do you use visualization? You
Uh,
will do, every martial artist does.
yeah. I think we use the because we training and we already need to become our reflex. Of course, there is some step to building on sensitivity in the when we touching,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
sometime in the ground, even we step, we try to feeling it,
yeah,
and then after that, after you vary in the some, there is some method to building you more sensitive. Now you can Pani, you playing to feel the tension, the tension from the opponent or something like that. So
yeah,
we have that studying that. So because in fight, sometimes everything fast, sometimes everything scramble.
yeah.
So we need to catching the seed of action before actually action first. So we
That's
never
good.
surprising. Ah,
So you use like surprise, you know? You want
yeah,
you want to
because
deal with the problem
like I
first.
say, actually, if
Yeah,
a human being have that potential things since our child, we call it intuition, right? To
yeah.
to detect the danger before the danger happen.
Yes,
Ah,
yes. True, true.
but when we growing, we got many information,
It goes
environment
away.
influence us. Sometimes we forget to using. Now we believe we
Mm,
more believe what the outside information to apa, what you call that, to respond something with the outside information.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, not in the inside
yeah.
radar.
Instinct.
Uh,
Yeah,
so in silat, we try to make the potential like intuition. That's your tools to survive.
yeah,
We try to back and make that more sharpening again, like our childhood.
yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, I
something
hear
like
you.
that.
I hear you. Because when you go to school, you forget about all this intuition. It's like you go into this adult world of going to work, paying your bills, and then you
Yeah,
forget
yeah,
about
yeah.
your connection to the universe and your intuition.
Yeah.
I do
Like
agree
a
with that.
baby, right? Like a baby after born, the baby will be searching for feeding for breast. That's intuition.
Yeah,
Ah. to survive, because you're hungry. You can found that where's the food
Yeah,
you can consume. That's the baby. The first intuition still strong, because
yeah,
the baby doesn't have outside information, many outside information yet.
yeah,
Nah, but that's intuition still us, still with us, lah, even until we dead. But the sharp or the high, the big or not, is according to us.
yes,
Well, more and more now, modern day, more and more we adopt. Now the lifestyle now, they more attract with the something from the outside.
yeah,
See?
it's true. Outside distractions, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the material world, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of
Yeah.
people going within to look for that personal development within, they're looking for satisfaction and gratification outside with the TV, the movie, the this and that, the telephone, the iPad, the iPhone. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
That, like I said, in the silat, that's one of the unique part too of silat. Like you question, what's the unique of silat? First langkah. Secondly, we call this rasa. Rasa is the feel, the feeling. Lah.
Yeah.
We practice. We not just practicing to good have a good coordination with the physical things, but we try to sharpen our
Mm-hmm.
analyzing everything, and then we sharpen our feel in the during the practice.
Mm-hmm.
Because the intuition is more important for us than outside data.
Yeah.
Because you know that the murder or the robbery, they looks like us, but so sometimes the eyes easy to get tricked,
Mm-hmm.
but the feeling mostly not,
Yeah.
mostly not. But
Yeah.
when the people already reject the intuition
Yeah.
voice, sometimes they more the volume more low.
Yeah.
The volume more low, so we always try to decision something by what we see.
Yeah. Know what we
But
can
eyes
feel.
always led, yeah lah. Eyes always led, and many what we see, the eyes very weak. The small can be look big, the big can be look small. Like a star,
Yeah. Yeah.
big, small.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a wood in the river,
Yeah.
they looks like this, but when you up straight, that's the
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah. It's the
Ah,
energy. It's an illusion, but it is the energy. It's about like feeling the energy. Yeah.
yeah,
Everything is energy. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So within the martial art training, the Silat training, I see that there is a lot of there is like two main aspects in the training, which is the attribute development, where
Mm,
you develop your attributes, how to punch, how to kick, how to do this, how to do that, and then you put it in practice. How do you use this movement in the real fight? So how do you separate these two aspects in Silat? The attribute development and the fight development aspect of things, which are two different things. When you learn how to do a movement, nice and quiet, you just do it here in the air or on the pads, and then
mm,
you have to try to use this movement in the real fight, but you have to kind of, we call this pressure testing, like
mm.
pressure, like stress test. Do you have this in Silat as well? Because I see your video, I see some movement is slow, is attribute, and then sometimes you do it very fast. This is when you're testing, does it work or does it not work? you know
Yeah.
so how do you separate these two things?
Me, I don't separate that.
Okay.
For me to understand that uh, the basic motion is the ID, the first ID.
The ID.
If you cannot respond that slow, how you can respond that fast? That's the
Yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah,
For me, no extraordinary attack. No, is everything is basic.
Okay.
Uh, uh, People can like this, like this, like this, like this, but the
Hmm.
essence, the angle is same. The
Yes.
angle is same. So, so, so in my method is to understanding the essence of the problem first.
Yes.
Uh, See, that doesn't matter. You attack like this one, like
Yeah.
this one,
Yeah.
like this one,
Yeah.
but the same. So you cannot. I don't know what do you call that? Okay, if this I do this, if that I do that, if that I do that. That's already too many. But when you seeing the essence, this the angle,
Yeah.
right? And how the attack will be, what the essence, what's the truly danger of that
Yeah.
motion.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is very essential. So when you
Essential.
can
Yeah.
understand it and knowing how to respond it, mostly wherever he do in the things, mostly the answer is same.
Ah, that's good. That's good. So it's a bit, it's like in combatives, for example, because that's what I do. That's what I teach, combatives, which is more like military stuff. But when I look at it, for example, a lot of traditional martial arts, they're very codified, which means there's one attack like this, one block like this, attack like this, a block like this, attack like this, block like this. But your brain don't have the time to think. All you're gonna think is, right, oh, cover. So have like one size t-shirt that fits everyone. So it's like there is many attacks, but if the angle is the same, it doesn't matter really, how the guy holds the knife. That's what you're saying. You'll just apply one universal movement that's going to be working against that angle, for example. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying? That's good
yeah. I
because that's
think it's
less
happening.
codified,
Yeah, yeah. Uh, all the movement is. I always saying to our practitioner, all the movement is good. The thing is like this one. For me, nothing impossible. This for me, nothing impossible. But just there is some level of that. First,
Hmm.
there is very easy to do it, easy to do it, difficult to do it, and very difficult to do it. As long as you can doing and the trend can doing that, the probability and possibility is still exists
Yeah.
because somebody, if you attack with you learning with the human like that, at least it's different when in the street you fighting the elephant, so you don't have the something like that.
Yeah.
But for me, the difficulties is not about the tools, how to do, how to catch, how something like that. I'm We go more far than that. See, the first, of course, how to block, how to this is the option, there's something like that. And then we go more far from that. We call this kaidah. We must knowing the kaidah. The kaidah is like a principle or formula how to apply your basic technique in the functional way. So, like I say, this not about the way they attack, difficult
Mm.
or not. Difficult or not is the rhythm, the momentum, the speed, the power. That's make difficulties. It's not
Hmm.
the way. Because you know it, sometimes it's very simple, sometimes very difficult. What that
Hmm.
make is simple and difficult. One of that is momentum. Is momentum.
Momentum.
So
Yeah.
we try to understanding the momentum. We try to understanding the first tension. We try to understanding the essence of the problem. Like I
Yeah.
say, this is the danger thing is not the knife. Even yeah, one of that is that it's not about the hand, how big, how strong. But the
Yeah. Yeah.
danger, if you stay like this, the danger is one of the essence of the danger is the range.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
See,
The reach. Yeah.
I fast, strong, but I never make it in that. This is the target. I never arrive in the target. No danger.
Yeah. True.
See?
True.
If you move it, no danger.
Yeah. So
So one of the yeah,
it's like
sorry,
avoidance, isn't it? Like evasive movement.
yeah. So we see it when there's attack. The essence of the problem is not the way, but the essence is one of the essence is the range. If they can arrive position, that's the truly danger
Hmm.
for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, so for answering that, now we have some strategy for that.
Hmm.
We call that langkah palapasan. That means make yourself far
Okay.
or make yourself close and
Close.
controlling the source of motion.
Yeah. Build the gap. We call that build the gap or crash the gap. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
same
yeah,
principles. I love it
yeah,
because we look at traditional martial arts and we find exactly the same principles. It's all principles, combative principles, isn't it?
yeah, yeah,
What
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
footwork? What about footwork, brother? Is of course footwork is very important. Footwork. You know what
Yeah,
footwork is? Yes.
yeah, yeah. Langkah, right?
Yes. Yes. Footwork.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For us, the footwork or langkah is not just about the line. It's
Hmm.
not just about what do you call it? Escaping or penetrate, but is in our method is more than that. One of that the posture. The
Hmm.
posture part of the footwork on the
Yeah.
langkah. Or like when you want to out, how the mechanism, how the posture to make you easy to out. And
Yeah.
when you to want you to crashing, how the posture to make you solid when doing that. So sometimes the momentum you already get the correct momentum.
Mm.
But when you doesn't have the good posture, your defense will be easy to to broken, and the attack still can touching you. It's not about sometimes it's not the wrong angle. The angle already correct, the momentum already correct, but the posture is not supporting that your action. So the
Yeah.
footwork for us is the line, is the posture, is that how we recognizing, accounting the range and many things. Jadi like that.
Okay. Ah, no. Good stuff. So, what about the mental and emotional preparation? Do you know mindset, mentality? Do you speak about this in Silat? Because in combat, it's very important. The mindset is very
Yeah.
important. What do you have to
Like,
say about mindset, mentality? How
but
do you prepare people mentally and emotionally to get ready for the fight?
yeah. First, in every class, I never asking people to run.
Yeah,
No, because everyone, of course, that's the first instinct human being.
to
We
run. Yeah,
running.
yeah,
But sometimes the run is danger too. In the couple range, the run is danger too. Many cases in here, people get killed because run.
okay,
Uh, and then we like this one. If seriously trying, if you trying what you, the probability you dead, and then you don't trying to doing something, you dead too. So better than you do something.
yeah, yeah,
Better than
yeah,
you
for
try to
sure.
do something. Uh,
Mm,
our mentality is like that. If the run is the best solution, so we must fight. We must preparing, using what we knowing. Even the chance death is still exists, but we believe when you, as long as you move, as
yeah,
long as you move, the probability you save is more highest than you just quiet
for
and
sure.
surrender. Mm.
So how do you go about dealing with fear? You know,
Okay. Ah, yeah,
fear,
yeah,
the
yeah.
fear of
Yeah.
dying, the fear of getting stabbed, shot, killed. How do you
Uh,
deal with it?
for me, the fear is the source of the fear is from something you don't know.
Yes, it's true. It's fear of
Uh,
the unknown, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, the kids fear with the ghost because the kids doesn't know where is it ghost,
Mm-hmm.
what looks like. Uh, we fear the plane because we don't know the how the plane operation, and we don't see the pilot. So that's
Yeah,
why we fear about the future because the future not yet exists.
it's unknown. Yes.
So yeah, so the fear is always something. The source of the fear is something you don't know. So
Yeah,
that's why it's about fight. It's about people attack you. That's why you're learning it in the class.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
you knowing if he
Now you know.
punch, yeah, how they punch, how they attack, what the power will be feeling it, how
Mm-hmm.
fast or how fast human movement when they
Mm-hmm.
want to kill you, and how pain and what the risks and what the danger area of your body. Now,
Yeah,
for me, when you knowing that, not less fear. The fears changing to become awareness.
yeah. Awareness. Yeah,
Yeah. Awareness, actually, the source of awareness is fear. When you feel, when you're learning it, now you know, now the fear is changing to awareness.
yeah,
So the solution how to make your fears gone, learning it.
yeah.
Learning it something you feel.
Get desensitized. Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. So, what do you think about aggression? The importance of adding aggression when you're fighting. It's a very aggressive thing. Fighting is very aggressive, and I find that in a lot of traditional martial arts even in karate, when people punch, you see them, the face, they got the aggression, they're switching the aggression on. Do you think this is important in silat, to learn how to switch the aggression on when you punch, when you kick, when you defend, when you move?
Uh, Me personally, the temper, the anger, of course, when I'm still teenager, still young, I will fight with the anger.
Anger is
But
different though, yeah.
yeah,
anger
but
anger
when
is anger, but aggression is different.
yeah. Something like that lah. Something like a killing mode, hunting mode, or something
Y-
like that.
yeah,
I do that when I'm still apa nih teenager or young, but more adult. I think if there is something to I'm because experience to teach you something.
yeah, yeah,
See, uh, me in the adult my age, I'm when I'm have a problem, I'm more using the calmness, focus,
yeah,
because it's not about you ugly, I want to hit you, or you hit me, I want to hit you. No, again, I was
yeah.
seeing the looking everything is like a mathematic,
Yes.
you know. When you moving the here, I'm moving there. If you hit like this, I do. So this is I need the calmness. I'm to dominate the situation. Because
Okay.
when you just focusing in like how to hunting, how to ending to hit or to step or something like that, you forget to defense. That's why many people doing a fight each other, especially with the blade. Sometimes they forget, they just want to touch and step each other. They
Mm,
forget it's not about who first apa nih, who kill first, or okay, you step me, I step you. Okay, you step me again, I step you. It's not like that because
mm.
you will be apa nih, very fast dead like that. So you must. This is like a management things. You
Yeah.
manage the situation first. It's not about the attack, but how about you survive. This is
Mhm.
my way now.
Yeah. Okay. No, no, that's good. You know, it's like there's different approaches. Obviously, when you look at fighters, like people that do Muay Thai, and I do a bit of Muay Thai as well. When I look at people, like MMA fighters, Muay Thai fighters, like high level fighters, they're very, very quiet inside the cage, on the ring. They're just calculation, trying to read the opponent, trying to think when with the adrenaline. The adrenaline is another thing that's going to be very present when you fight, and
Yeah.
it takes a lot of training to learn to quiet the mind when you're feeling the effect of adrenaline.
Mm.
So yeah, no, I get what you're saying. What I was saying about aggression is there is, when you think about it, there is a fine line between anger, and aggression. The way that we use aggression in our training is just aggression, but it's controlled. It's controlled aggression. It's not like going crazy, and when you go crazy, you get angry. You don't see nothing. You see all
Yeah.
red. Nothing good is happening, and you can die easy because you make mistake. When you're angry, you make mistakes. But
Mm.
I'm talking about aggression, like a controlled level of aggression. Just let the aggression out, but not the anger. Not the anger. So it's still controlled. You're still thinking, but the outside, the opponent, the assailants, the opponent look at you and is like, whoa, because you deal with them not only physically with punches, you deal with them psychologically as well. Because they're like I mean, it depends of people, but you can deal with people psychologically at the same time as you deal with them physically by adding the aggression. I mean, it's soldier mentality, brother, soldier mentality. Um so do you teach your students about the importance of understanding adrenaline, how adrenaline works, how your body will feel when you feel the adrenaline, your vision goes, you know a lot of things are happening when you're adrenalized. Do you teach that to your students as well?
Uh, my method is adalah just smile aja lah. Smile sometimes avoid the bad things apa nih increase. So that's why like I say, I'm not choosing the calmness to
Okay.
controlling the situation. Sometimes if you walking uh, uh, fight, sometimes it's about the sell and buy something. So when
Yeah.
they face aggression like that, okay, I want to kill you something. Sometimes we just is to calm down. Sometimes just make the reflex of the psychology. People think, okay, why he just is just smile? Why he just to calm down? So that's confusing actually, and we can maintain the emotional things to reduce more high power, more high
Mhm.
speed by very calmness because we influence each other. This is what we believe in our method.
Mm.
Mostly when you smile to somebody, they instinctively to smile with you. If you
Yeah,
staring with somebody,
it's true.
that's aggression uh, can influence. We made up is mirroring.
Mirroring, yes, yes, you're right.
Ah, see, mirroring. You doing the strong tension. That
Yeah.
means it's easy to read,
Mm-hmm.
right? But when you hiding it with the calmness, first they will be confused. Now how I started because
Mm-hmm.
you to come, and then they never think where the attack come from because you very neutral position.
Yeah,
Now you
yeah.
have the what do you call it shocking impact, right? Now you unreadable
Mm-hmm.
because very calm, and then that situation like a dog barking you if you quiet standing. Now the dog is confused
Yeah,
how they react, how to do another action because you
yeah,
just come down. See, if you're running, now the game is flying. See,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
now the game is flying. But when you come down like a cobra, when you want to take the cobra, you must very not expose. I want to cut your neck. No,
Mm,
just okay,
mm,
surrender.
mm.
This is our method.
Surrender.
Before
That's good.
uh,
I like that. That's quite Zen approach. You have
yeah,
snakes. You have snakes in. You have cobra in Indonesia.
of course, many king cobra, python.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. You learn to live. You learn to. They go. You see them every day, or you have to go in the forest, in the jungle to see them.
Of course, not every day, and then of course not go to deep jungle to watching them too. Sometimes we looking in our environment. Yeah, yeah, but not every day.
Okay. So does Silat implement some internal work? Internal work like meditation, breath work, slow movement, like Tai Chi or Qigong, all these practice with the it's like more like internal form of martial arts for the health of the body, mind, spirit. This is where the spirituality comes into play as well. So do you have that branch as well with the Silat?
I think in another style they have that like that too, but in my style we don't have the like a qigong or tai chi movement. Eh, we is more like we call this in here the spirituality or the deep the inner aspect in our
Hmm.
silat is we call in here pituah. We using
Yeah.
pituah. Uh, we call this ilmu hakikat, the knowledge of the essence.
Yeah.
There is something like that. So our inner method is the understanding the essence of everything.
Mm.
So that's why Eh, like I say, we don't have the specific method like Chinese kung fu for
Hmm.
breathing, lah. But it's more like understanding it, seeing it, and feeling it. Nah, something like
Mm.
that.
Okay. Huh. Nice, nice, nice. So I'm just going through the questions. I mean, we've been through quite a few bits. Let's dive a little bit into the Silat again before we call it a day. So how would you work on throwing, for example? Like throwing, like throws. How would you implement that in the Silat? Is it always throwing from a standing stance, or can you throw from when you're on your knees as well? Like Aikido, they got throws from the knees or from the floor, or how does that work in Silat?
Firstly, in our system, we using the balance point
Okay, balance point. Yeah.
to throwing something yeah, the throwing when we training, of course
Yeah.
we can apply that in the many position in our sometimes standing, sometimes we call it the half hosten,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we're in the ground. Yes, we doing like that, but by maintaining uh, the balance spot of body.
Okay, yeah, yeah, that's very important. Once you understand the center of gravity, then you know how to throw. Yeah, that's good. So you spoke earlier on. You mentioned about the ghost. Have you ever seen a ghost?
Yeah, sometime in here we in our culture we still believing it. Sometimes it's very the ghosting is very difficult to storing it if this just experiencing it.
I know, I know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have experience as well. When I was little, I used to see things, and even later, I had like a big spiritual awakening when I was 25, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Big spiritual awakening happened to me, and I believe, I believe ghosts, spirits, this stuff is out there. Just we
Oh
live in
yeah.
a world where people are
Yeah.
they're not they're not seeing what is everywhere, but I do believe, yeah, I do. So in you do believe in afterlife?
Of course, I'm Muslim. Of course, that's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
part of our faith. Of course, we believe in that. Like I say, for me, this is a very personal
Yeah, of
and
course.
something is difficult to talking to the public because this is very experience, yeah, something like
Mhm.
that. But as a Muslim, of course, I believe the after life, God, or apa, what do you say, what do you call that, ghost or something like that. Of
Yeah,
course, especially I'm from East. We are Indonesia, Southeast Asia. We always sing something in the spirituality eyes first before the analysis, before logic.
yeah.
This is
Hmm.
our culture in Asian. Nah.
Okay. Oh, oh, great. So I'll tell you what. I'll ask you another three questions that I ask everyone. Yeah. So if you could go back in the past to change something about your life, what would you do? What would you change?
Mm, I change everything up to what do you mean? I go there and change the life?
Maybe yes. If you could go back in the past,
Yeah.
yeah, and change something about your life, what would it be? If you could go back and do something better, or what would it be?
No, I feel my life is okay.
That's good. That's good. It means you're happy,
Yeah,
satisfied with your life. That's good. That's
yeah.
good.
I think everything is just sad and happy, just process.
Yeah.
Everything is meaningful
Yes.
us in this situation. And even if this now we not very lucky, if we still alive, that means uh, the sun will be rise tomorrow. You know? Yeah,
Yeah.
see? I think that's I my point of view is life is the essence of universe or life is changing. Everything is changing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
We
constant,
always changing
constant
every day.
process of
Yes.
change.
In my face 5 days ago, not like this. There is something changing. So we
Mm-hmm.
cannot first we cannot avoid that, and second, this make us have a big hope. If this now said changing, tomorrow maybe not.
Yeah.
If now happy, be careful. Maybe tomorrow there is storm coming to
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. Maybe you'll be sad
So I never
tomorrow.
regret my life. I'm looking everything as unity to bring me until now.
Nice. 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 So the Demank, if you could give an advice to younger generations, what would it be?
What? Sorry.
If you could give an advice, advice, if you could give advice to younger generations, like children, for example, what would you be saying to the children of the world if you had advice to give them?
See. Knowledge is important. Knowledge is
Knowledge is
important.
important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when you're doing something without knowledge, is more bad. Even we doing something with knowledge, sometimes we unlucky, but less.
Okay.
So knowledge is important. That means it's not just in the school. Everything. Try to access. This world is like a library. Enjoy it.
Mm,
See?
nice one, nice one. Okay. And I'll tell you what, the last question is very similar to the question I asked before, man. So it's all right. Listen, Demank, thank you very much for today. Thank you very much for being with me, man, and answer my questions, man. I really appreciate. And I'll be continuing to watch your videos, man. Really good work.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for having me in here. I'm very happy. Sorry if my English not too clear.
No
Yeah,
problem. Listen, it's hey, we managed to speak. We managed to make that interview regardless, so that's good. Hopefully one day, it's in my dreams one day to go to Indonesia. I've never been, so maybe someday.
yeah. And we very happy welcoming you if you visiting in here.
Uh, cheers,
Yeah,
brother. All right, the man, I'll speak to you soon, brother.
yeah, yeah.
Take
Okay,
care,
thank
man.
you.
See you soon.